Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Welcome back to the main account. We're playing Ahri. Unfortunately, classic case, and we've spoken about this before. I was near last pick, and the support had last pick, and most of the time you'd think, oh yeah, the support's going to give up last pick. It's not as important to be last pick support. And yet they didn't give it up, and then they were like saying, oh, you mad, and stuff like that. And then they just insta-locked Tarek. Did just notice, though, they're emerald with a silver border, so it'll be just a toxic, fresh account. So surprise, surprise. But yeah, very annoying. Very, very annoying. But yeah, question that we were just talking about in Twitch chat is like, the MCU is definitely not as good as it was. What are you personally excited for? Because I'm not excited for basically anything in modern MCU, but I'm excited for the future. Like, the biggest thing that I would say I'm looking forward to is two things. One, Doctor Doom. Please let they do Doctor Doom better than previous iterations. He's one of the best comic characters ever, and none of the films have done him justice. Secondly, X-Men reboot I'm slightly looking forward to. Doctor Strange, yeah, Doctor Strange is cool, but I also, without spoiling anything, I don't like the direction of the end of the last Doctor Strange. It just feels like it's getting a bit weird. Too weird.
Live with no regrets.
But yeah, so Doctor Doom is the thing I'm definitely looking forward to the most. I just hope they do him justice. He's such a complicated character. Like, he's not evil. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Deadpool with Wolverine. True. I think that would just be a fun film. But yeah, Doctor Doom is such a complicated character that he's an anti-hero. He has done bad things, but he always does it with reason. And like, it's kind of like Thanos. It was bad what he tried to do, wipe out half of life, but his reasoning you kind of get. You can slightly empathize for it. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, still don't do that, that's genocide, but the logic does slightly make sense. Doctor Doom is that, but even more, because he will do anything to protect his home country that he's like the owner of or whatever, right? But then even more than that, basically any time that anything major happens to the Earth, Doctor Doom takes it personally. Like, more than the Avengers. Like, the Avengers are like, you know, oh, you can't, take over the Earth. Doctor Doom is like, you've messed with me personally. And, you know, Doctor Doom, just so for those people who don't know it as much, is a combination of two characters. He's a combination of Doctor Strange and Iron Man. Really powerful magic, but an insanely overpowered armor. Incredibly intelligent and also incredibly rich. Nice. That was very close. Yeah, in essence, he's the combination of those two characters, which I like. It's a wreck. Nice. So they got killed early by a Jarvan gank, but they've recovered it quite well. I was actually thinking it was Jarvan mid lane when Galio tried to do that engage, but I guess not. A bit weirded out by a Galio though. Like, obviously I wasn't last pick. Galio got to counter pick me. I don't even know if I would have picked Galio. I've seen a Galio do well, but still. Yeah, true. When the MCU finally got Christian Bale to do something and they just completely ruined it with Gore. Of all characters in the MCU, I think Gore the God Killer, or God Butcher, sorry, arguably was given the biggest disjustice to his character so far. Like, if you compare Gore in the comics to what he was on screen, oh, feels bad, man. He's such a cool character in the comics. We're kind of wrecking this Galio. It's quite an easy counter, though. Every time he goes for an E, I just charm him, and it's because it's in a straight line. I can do it practically every time. Apart from that one. I didn't want to do it that time.
My true nature. Delicious.
Ultron is up there. Yeah, but I actually think Ultron was done quite well. But, like, maybe just because of James Spader's performance carried it really well. The movie could have been better, but I think Ultron as a presence on screen was actually quite impressive. Where Gore's presence on screen wasn't. Now, I'm pushing this in so I can go help with the Infernal. Just again, you want to make sure that you have that kind of innate pressure that the lane's going in. So if Galio decides to come here, he has to, like, sacrifice something. Or he was like, you know, okay, I'll come help, but I'm going to be late. Oh, that was a really bad charm. My bad. I'm gonna ping myself for that. I played that better. That was a dead Jarvan as well. And that would have been even better snowballing. What's everyone's favorite actor / performance character in the MCU? I think most people's is probably the same. I think it's hard to not say Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. Unless you're like my dad that just hates that character. My dad hates that character with a passion. He also hates Batman. Basically, my dad hates just normal dudes being able to, like, power themselves up like a god. Makes me sad. Hello, Jarvan. He was really trying to gank me. Chris Evans, Scarlet Witch, Chris Hemsworth. Yeah. I think that, again, phase 1, there was their casting, you know, sometimes people speak about casting, putting an actor to a character. Their casting in phase 1 was absolutely mad. Like, the actors were the characters. So, like, I think that's maybe where they've got a little bit off the rails more. Like, it's just not as good. It's still not atrocious, but it's just not as good. Galio.
This place reminds me of home.
Tom Holland. Yeah. He's a pretty good Peter Parker. Like, he's probably the most believable Peter Parker that we've had, in the fact that, like, when he started playing the character, he wasn't 30 years old. That always helps. Like, Andrew Garfield has recently turned, like, 40 or something years old. He only was playing, you know, Spider-Man about 10 years ago. Like, he literally was a 30-something-year-old. I think Tobey Maguire might have been 30-odd years old as well. Supposed to be high school students.
It's nice to finally feel the sun.
Ed Norton. I did actually quite like his Bruce Banner, but they said they would refuse to ever work with him again, not because of his performance, because his performance was impressive and good. He was a nightmare to work with, apparently. So, like, he would try to rewrite the script every day, all day. He'd argue with the director. He's just so awkward that they were just like, yeah, we don't need that again. Which is a shame, because he's a good actor. He just has a very big ego. Oh my god, you'd be so tilted. Oi! I'd agree. I think Andrew Garfield's absolute Peter Parker is arguably better. Because Andrew Garfield embraced a lot more the New York kind of, like, you know, smack talking side of Peter. Assault! Playing well. It's where, like, with Batman, who's everybody's favorite Batman? Most people will reply and say, Christian Bale. I don't think he was the best Batman. I think they're the best Batman films, but I don't think he was the best Batman. Because combining Batman and Bruce Wayne, I would actually say, What's his face? Birdman. What's his name? Again, it's not good that I don't remember his name right now.
Have fun together.
Someone will know in chat. He just played it in the Flash movie. What's his name? God, I should really know his name. He's my favorite one. I've gone blank. Oh, Michael Keaton. Someone just said Keaton in chat. Thank you, Michael Keaton. He is by far the best Bruce Wayne because he embraces that Bruce Wayne is crazy. He's a rich guy. He's an orphan rich guy that's a billionaire who got scared of bats when he was a kid, and now he dresses up as a bat and beats up people. He's an insane human being. He's one turn of the dial away from being a villain himself. And he's the only one that really embraced, oh yeah, he is actually kind of crazy. Ben Affleck's one is just a normal rich guy, doesn't pretend to be any type of, like, weird. Like, I liked Ben Affleck's Batman, but I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. Does that make sense? Ben Affleck's your least favorite. Yeah, someone said I don't mind the Robert Pattinson. I watched it. The movie was an hour too long, but his performance wasn't bad. Let's go! Oh, this is a stomp. If I can just not pay attention to the game and just talk about movies and then Marvel and DC, you know, it's a bit of a stomp. Also, I've not watched it. Has anybody watched Blue Beetle? Apparently it's really good. I didn't know it was even coming out. They did no marketing towards it, apparently, whatsoever. But the actual movie, it's reviewing really good, and people are saying the end fight scene of it, no spoilers, but like the end fight scene, people are comparing it to as good in quality to Spider-Man 2, the Raimi Spider-Man 2. Peter's fight with Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 is like one of the best superhero fights of all time. Like, it's so good. And they're comparing it to being that good, and I'm like, ooh, now you have my attention. What are you doing there, bud? There's a desperate Jarvan. Which movie is called Blue Beetle? It's a DC property. I don't think it's under James Gunn control. It was being made before he took over. But people are saying it's actually pretty good. I think it's a Mexican superhero, I think. I believe. So it's kind of got that kind of culture vibe, which is cool. What in order? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, here we go. That could be question of the day. What order would you put? Best to worst of those properties? Oh, hang on. Let me kill the enemy AD carry. That was close. I didn't hit a charm on her. That made that a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Alright. So, wait, what are the four? Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Marvel. Okay, best, Lord of the Rings. Worst, Star Wars. I'm going to upset some people here. Yeah, best Lord of the Rings. Then, realistically, if I'm including, like, how much is meant to me in my life, and that's what I have to include. Unfortunately, it would have to be Harry Potter second, I think, for me. I grew up with the movies. They do mean a lot to me. For me, if Harry Potter's on the TV, it's Christmas time. We always watch them around Christmas time. I've been to the studio tour quite a lot. I've read all the books. So yeah, like for me, I think unfortunately it would have to be Harry Potter's second. and then that last auto attack. And then, yeah, so my order would be Lord of the Rings, my favorite, then Harry Potter, then Marvel, then Star Wars. And I would say Star Wars could be higher, but I'm going to be completely honest with everybody. There's 9 major Star Wars movies. Only 3 of them are realistically good. And GG. Well, they got stomped. Yeah, realistically, only 3 of them are good, and that's the original 3. The prequels are watchable now because of how bad the modern ones are. So, like, yeah. But there we go. So, apologies that we didn't speak about League basically at all this game. This was a bit more of a chill vibe, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. We actually played pretty damn good as Ahri. We actually had a perfect game of Ahri. I'm going to give it to the Poppy. I think she played pretty good from what I saw. Yeah, a bit of a weird picked Galio. Like, I just don't really see... why they picked Galio. Like, there's no threat. Jeez, our LP's getting worse. 20 LP gain. Oh, God. We gained 21 the game, and I think the 2 games before this. And now we only gained 20? Bro, it's making it hard to climb. Yikes. And just reminding you, when we get our next loss, it is likely we're going to lose like 29 LP. We went 602, literally didn't die. Only person in the game that didn't die. 10.1k damage, so we did 4,000 more damage than our lane opponent. He didn't even complete an item. But yeah, overall, very nice. I obviously don't have Professor once again because the spectator system is not working. So we don't get that detail. So my team, just to go over it, the Camille is not played even 10 games yet, but they played top lane a fair amount. Oh, the Viego from that game, ladies and gentlemen, just got... Oh, sorry, not the Viego. He's a Viego main. The Poppy just got promoted to Master from this game. So they are Master 1 LP now. So there we go. So we are getting better MMR, but they are Master. The Neela is Diamond 1. So at least we've got other Diamond 1s, by the way, in this match. That's a good sign. But yeah, they're a Diamond 1 Neela main. And then the Tarek, who was the support that didn't want to swap, is a... That's really weird. It's not a fresh account. It's a bought account, definitely. So, like, Season 7... Maybe not. Season 7, it was a silver account. And then Season 10, it got to Master. Season 11, it got to Grandmaster. Season 12, Master. And last split only got to Diamond 1. And then finished Platinum 1. So it decayed to Platinum 1. So that's probably someone's Tilt/Smurf account, if I had to guess. Interesting. But yeah, overall, pretty good. So we've played 3 and won 3 today. If we win... So wait, mathematically, if we gain 20 LP for the next few wins... 3 wins in a row, we're Master. Who knows? But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime.